Welcome to Ekaterinburg, Russia. As the nation's fourth largest city, Ekaterinburg has been a natural choice to host Russia's annual Judo Grand Slam, and has done so for the past 3 years. With this sport enjoying incredible popularity here, the city's sport palace was once more packed out with fans awaiting a weekend of top-level judo. And they were not to be disappointed, as some of the best athletes in the world put on a worthy show, of which we'll bring you all the best moments. We'll get up close and personal with dynamic young Canadian Shad El Nahas in our latest Meet Your Judoka feature, and speak to one of Russia's top female competitors, Natalia Kuzuitina, about the development of Russia's women's team, before we follow one of them on a path to glory. We started under 78 kilograms, where double world champion Mayra Aguiar looked to take her second Grand Slam title of the year, as the Brazilian judoka faced the relatively unknown Izumi Mao of Japan in the final. It was Izumi who had looked sharpest during the day, catching both Russia's Antonina Shmeleva and Great Britain's Natalie Powell for big ippon wins as she made it through to the gold medal contest. Your commentator is former world champion Neil Adams.
Well, Izumi knows that she's got to open up. She'll have to put a big attack in. Aguiar gone very, very close here now, very tight with her defence. Big arm over from Izumi. Oh, she does the Ouchi from the Uchimata. And now can she follow it through into Newaza? They're outside the area. Oh, she's got it for the Shibiwaza. The Shibiwaza is on and she's got to submit there. Aguiar stayed down just that little bit too long there. And that was a lovely transition from Izumi. She did the Uchimata first of all, changed it to the Ouchigari, looks for the Osai Komi, and I love this rule now where it's continuous Newaza. It carries on because there's a possibility of an ippon. And look at Aguiar there. It's underneath the neck, the Shibiwaza is on, and she just walks around, doesn't she, to get the leverage there. Izumi, a nice bit of Newaza, and she wins the gold medal. She had to do something, and she did it in style.
The under 100 kilogram division saw the exciting young Canadian prospect Shad Elnahas in action. Aged just 20, Elnahas is nevertheless a huge thrower, and once again showed it with an enormous hip throw in his first round win against Olympic bronze medalist Cyril Marais of France. He then produced more powerful judo in his next contest, throwing Brazil's Leonardo Goncalves for another emphatic win. But although Elnahas is the real deal when it comes to raw talent, he is still not a finished product. And against Russia's Arman Adamian, he was snapped back to reality by a massive Uranagi counterattack, as Adamian, the junior European champion, progressed in his stead. Elnahas would, however, be in with a chance of winning bronze. Adamian seized the day on home soil, seeing off the in-form Israeli fighter Petr Palchik at the semi-final stage to set up an all-Russian final against his senior Kirill Denisov. There, another counter-attack, again with Uranagi, scored Adamian a Wazari. It would be enough to see him crowned champion in Ekaterinburg, as he took his first World Judo Tour gold medal. Great work from Adamian, who, like Elnahas, has a bright future ahead of him. Elnahas was not to be denied a medal, and took bronze against Adamian's teammate Niaz Bilalov with a Wazari. As one of the most exciting young talents on the tour today, we decided that the Canadian would be a perfect fit for our latest Meet Your Judoka feature.
So I started judo at the age of 5 because of my older brother Mohab was doing it, and also because I was a fat kid and I wanted to lose weight somehow. So that's how I fell in love with the sport. So my favorite tachiwaza has to be Ogoshi or Chimara because I have big hips, so I use that as an advantage, and it looks good on camera when I throw and it makes me win fights, so it's perfect. So my favorite Newaza technique is Hadakajme. It's just a nice way to win a fight. My favorite memory from the IGF Judo World Tour has to be at the Osaka Grand Slam when I was fighting Ida and I did the hip throw. It didn't score, but it was a nice thing to look back on. Also, I medaled, and that was my first Grand Slam medal, so it was a nice way to finish the day. So when I'm competing, my favorite type of music to listen to is Tupac and Biggie. It's kind of old school, I know, but that's what helps me relax. And when I'm not competing, I like to listen to more slow songs, so Khaled and a lot of more mellow music. My favorite food has to be pizza, but it has to have pineapple and steak on it. My favorite movie has to be between 300 or Never Back Down. I'm a fighter and they're all about fighting, so it suits me. All right, I have nicknames, but I don't like them. They call me Elastic, Noodle, because my body's kind of lanky, but I'm growing out of it. I'm trying to put muscle on, and I'll change those nicknames pretty soon. Something you might not know about me is I am obsessed with basketball. So every time I try to get my mind off of judo, I just watch games. My favorite team has to be the Lakers, and it's not because of LeBron James. So yeah, it's basketball. So as cheesy as it is, my hero has to be my older brother. He showed me all my moves, and he just calls me before every final or every big fight and just gives me pointers, advice on how to fight. And yeah, he is my role model. I grew up watching Zantaraya. His throwing is amazing, and I just love watching him fight. And since I was a kid, he was my judo idol. My advice would be to believe in yourself, believe in your work ethic, believe in your team, and of course, if you put in the work, you're gonna get results. Judo brings you closer to so many people, makes you respect a lot of people, and it just teaches you the basics of life. And it's just a nice way to get to know people, to be healthy, and it just brings positivity to your life. That's all it does, honestly.
The under 73 kilogram category saw under 66 kilogram Olympic champion Fabio Basile in action. The Italian is one of world judo's real stylists, and showed just why with a flashy foot sweep for an ippon win against Tajikistan's Somon Makhmadbekov during his eliminations. Also in form was his opponent in the final, however. Sweden's Tommy Macias likewise produced his best moment against a Tajik opponent, throwing Beruzi Koshazada with a Kosoto Gaki for ippon. How would Macias handle the flair of Basile in the final?
Well, the Olympic champion at under 66 kilos, not 73s, has been on scintillating form, but so's Macias. Macias, oh, look at that. He's always dangerous. He's got something up his sleeve always, Macias. And he nearly turned Basile over into the hold down. Now he's gone for the arm lock. And Basile is in trouble. He's got to submit. That was a submission for me, and I don't think the referee saw it. He did now. He's seen it now, and that was a brilliant piece of newaza. And Macias followed it from the hold down. This is what starts it off. Basile didn't expect it. The simplicity of it was what caught him by surprise. But look at that. The arm's up, and now Macias is on the arm. The arm's straight, and at first he submits. I thought he submitted a little bit before that, but it certainly was well and truly on. Basile takes defeat well, and he says that really was a great arm lock.
Fighting at under 81 kilograms was one of 2019's in-form fighters, the Israeli judoka Sagi Muki. Muki took gold at the Tel Aviv Grand Prix in spectacular fashion, before narrowly missing out on gold at the Paris Grand Slam. His exciting judo and throwing ability make him a real fan favourite. In Ekaterinburg, he made it through to his third World Judo Tour final in a row. The highlight of his day, this ippon against Croatia's Dominik Druzeta. In the final, he faced the 2015 world champion Nagase Takanori of Japan, who was competing in only his second World Judo Tour event since 2017. And he looked to be getting back to his best, scoring ippon at the semi-final stage against Frank de Witt of the Netherlands with this Ouchigari attack, which planted his opponent flat on his back. Muki against Nagase was a battle between the past and the present. Who would come out on top?
Mookie, one of the biggest throwers in the under 81 kilos category. He really is. And so is Nagase, though. But Nagase's just on the way back. He's been out for a while. Now then! Oh, look at that! 6 seconds to go! And Mookie takes him over. And the look on his face said it all. He says, I know I've done it because that Siatoshi there took the Japanese Nagase over for the crucial score. Look at it, off the sleeve, action-reaction at its very best. He just slides the leg through the middle there and he just leans in on it. What a great throw that was, and just at the crucial time. And well, he really is the man on form. It'll be very, very interesting to see how the World Championships comes out because he's got to be one of the favourites. Mookie, for me, is the man on form. He's the one to beat. The second World Judo Tour gold of this year, and the crowd absolutely love him.
At under 90 kilograms, the brilliant yet inconsistent Georgian Beka Gviniashvili was having one of his good days. In his opening bout, he scored ippon with a Harbarelli pickup, a throw named for one of his country's judo heroes of the past. He then flattened Japan's Tajima Goki at the quarter-final stage. Looking to stop Gviniashvili in the final was Dutchman Noel van te End, who was competing for a World Judo Tour gold for the first time in 3.5 years. Their gold medal match was a tight one and would be decided in golden score.
Gviniashvili is on the best form we've seen him in for a little while. Pushing forward, pushing hard, but Van te End, wow, he pulls it out the bag and he's just done it there in golden score. And Van te End, who had to be very careful because of those penalties, he tends to be very defensive and then he explodes in. And that's exactly what he did here with Gviniashvili. He just waited for his moment. The moment came, and that's Sianagi that has got him out of trouble so many times. And he wins his first gold medal on the World Tour since 2016. He waited his moment. Gviniashvili's been on good form all day, the best form we've seen him on for some time, but he didn't have enough for Van te End. Van te End ends with a great ippon.
There was a gold medal for Mongolia to celebrate at under 60 kilograms, as Unibold Lukhagvajamps took a Grand Slam title in his first ever World Judo Tour outing. Look out for this one in the future. Looking good at under 66 kilograms was Russia's Isa Isaev, who produced a brilliant ippon against the in-form Israeli Baruch Shmailov, en route to a gold medal contest with Kylian Leblouch of France. There, a well-executed Ouchigari attack in golden score foiled Russian hopes, as Leblouch stepped up, scoring a Wazari to take his first Grand Slam title. And there was a great moment for Georgia's Bagrati Niniashvili, who took one of the bronze medals with a brilliant ippon win against Japan's Fujisaka Taro. Russia were on top at over 100 kilograms, with 2015 junior world champion Tamerlan Bashayev finally making his mark at senior level with an emphatic performance to take gold. He faced Or Sasson in the final, after the Israeli had made light work of the enormous Brazilian Rafael Silva. In the final, a borderline Wazari practically on the buzzer gave Bashayev victory. Could this be the start of big things for the Russian? There was a more satisfying end to one of the bronze medal contests, with former world number 1 David Mora throwing for ippon with a classical Uchimata against Stefan Hegyi of Austria. Olympic champion Paula Pareto took gold for Argentina, defeating Spain's Julia Figueroa on penalties in the final. Canada's Krista Deguchi looked fantastic at under 57 kilograms, blazing a path to the final with some big ippon wins, before pinning Lien Chenling of Chinese Taipei in the final to move up to world number 4. World number 1 Marie-Yves Gailly of France was in action at under 70 kilograms, making it through to the final as expected. There, she turned Maria Portela of Brazil's attack in mid-air, landing on top in a pin, which she maintained to score ippon and take gold. But Brazil did take gold at over 78 kilograms, with Maria Suelin Althaman looking dominant, as she set up a final with Anne Fatoumata Mbairo of France, where a Wazari in golden score earned her the win. Great stuff from Althaman. At under 57 kilograms, Russia's Daria Mezhitskaya did not hang around, as she faced Sevara Nishinbayeva of Kazakhstan in her opening contest.
Mezhitskaya in white. Gets the sleeve, gets the lapel. Oh, look at that! Change of direction, that's Sodi Surikomigoshi. Wow, she got the sleeve, dominated the sleeve, pops the hips in the opposite way than we expected, and that was absolute brilliance. What a brilliant ippon, and it was within seconds of the start.
Ippon number 2 came as Georgia's junior European champion Luka Masiradze and former junior world champion Frank de Witt of the Netherlands clashed for under 81 kilogram bronze.
Masiradze just looking for the pickup, I'm sure, and de Witt will have to be a little bit careful. That arm coming over. Oh, look at that! Uchimata Uranagi. That's what we call it. A new way in from the front there, and it's halfway between Uranagi and Uchimata, but it was absolutely huge. De Witt, wow, he committed and he made a mistake. He knew it as well on the way over. Absolute brilliance for Masiradze, and he wins the bronze. Junior European champion, and now he's in the seniors big time. Can he make an impact?
It was a clash of the titans. Silva of Brazil, weighing 169 kilograms, faced Anton Krivobikov of Russia, who weighed in at 167 kilograms. A match for over 100 kilogram bronze, and it produced our number 1 ippon.
Two of the heaviest in the category, and both of them can move. Silva, when he wants to, he can throw. Now then, Osodagari! Oh, that was brilliantly taken. Krivobikov didn't stand a chance. Osodagari, he readjusts on it, and then the second little stab there, well, you can see the grip that he's got is on the same side. Drives that Osoto across there, readjusts, looks to where he wants his partner to land, and that's exactly where he lands. Brilliantly taken there, 2 stabs and a brilliant ippon from Rafael Silva. Silva wins the Clash of the Titans.
The under 52 kilogram division saw Spain's 2018 Cancun Grand Prix winner Ana Perez Box facing Israel's 2016 Baku Grand Slam champion Gilly Cohen in the final.
Well, Cohen looking very, very determined. Very cautious though, Perez Box. Fighting hard for the grips. Kouchi! Oh, what a beautiful double stab that was! And Cohen, well, she just sneaks the leg in there, but then drives off the back leg. Look how she gets in. She gets the grip that she wants. Then the Kouchi goes in, but she sticks on the foot. Sticky foot Kouchi, and the second drive. And it's all about body positioning and all about drive off the back leg. And that's what scored her the ippon. A gold medal for Israel, and she did it in style.
Taking one of the bronze medals was one of Russia's top female judoka, Natalia Kuzuitina. We spoke to Kuzuitina about her role as a leader of the Russian women's team, and about sharing the tatami with some big names.
Historically, the men have always been stronger. In Russia, we love martial arts in general. We like not only judo, we also have good athletes in Greco-Roman wrestling, freestyle wrestling. Our male athletes are always some of the best in the world. Our women have been at a lower level for a while, but now, since we are working together with the men's team, as we don't have separate male and female teams anymore, we are training together, we have common goals, one team, and we support each other. And if we compare the women's team from 10 years ago to what we have now, we can see results. And for the next Olympics, we will have not just one women's medal, as it was last time, but at least 3 or 4. I want to become world champion. Yes, I have won the European Championships many times, but for me, my results haven't been good enough. Being a leader of the women's team, it is a huge responsibility. I am a role model. And I should not only think about myself, but also for the teammates. I need to support the girls and help them. When I was a kid and started training, I had role models, and their words of support or suggestions would motivate me. And now I need to chat with the younger members of the team and help every athlete. It was a great honor for me to stand on the tatami with our president, and even to train with him. He wanted to take part himself. I had a chance to stand with him, just the two of us, and even fight with him. And I was surprised. He's in a really good shape. He did some throws and he's really tough. It's a huge support for the team. It gives us positive energy and makes us want to work harder. We will all do our best to meet his expectations. Our main goal is the Olympics, to bring as many medals as possible to our country.
At under 63 kilograms, one of Kuzuitina's teammates was poised to take gold. Daria Davidova threw Poland's Agata Ozdoba-Black for Ippon in their quarter-final matchup, before dispatching Israel's Gili Sharia with 2 Wazari scores at the semi-final stage. Great Britain's Lucy Renshaw would have the task of stopping Davidova in the final. Could the Russian bring her team a female gold medal to celebrate?
Well, it's been quite an even match so far, coming up to the halfway mark. One Shido apiece, but Renshaw is piling on the pressure. Davidova, part of an emerging Russian team. The Russian women's team doing better and better. Oh, that was a near score there from Renshaw. Hips went across. And look at that. She nearly scores. The arm was out, so no score. And a second Shido up for Davidova. Now what can she do? Renshaw has to defend, but not too much. Hooks in, made a mistake, and she gets taken backwards by Davidova, and again the elbow was out, so no score given. Renshaw was the one that committed, almost paid the price. Look how the arm is out, so no score given either way. Now pushing hard, Renshaw. She'll have to be careful. Uranagi's what she's looking for here. Davidova looking for the pickup. And this is a great match into the last minute. And they're outside, and she scores. Davidova scores. And it was Renshaw that just stayed there that little bit too long. And the crowd absolutely love it. The attacking sequence started inside there by Davidova. Renshaw tries to counter-attack, but she gets counter-attacked herself. And that was amazing. It was super stuff. It went outside the area, but it started in. And that was a crucial score for the Russian. It really was. She was searching for that. Look at that lift that she gets there for the Uranagi. And Renshaw knew as soon as she hit the deck that it was all over. A gold medal for Russia. And this women's team is really emerging as a powerful team. Once again, Russia fighting well on home soil, but it's nice to see the women up there with the men winning gold medals.
So once again, it's goodbye from Russia, as another fantastic edition of the Ekaterinburg Grand Slam draws to a close. Next, we'll be in judo-crazy Georgia for the Tbilisi Grand Prix.